Welcome to Pour the Wine. It's Rom-Com Time, where we'll sip some wine and review all things rom-com on the Hallmark Channel. I'm Amy.
And I'm Gary.
And I dropped a wine bottle. Did I
Yes,
say
you
dropped?
did.
Boy, I
You
haven't even had a sip yet.
No wonder you dropped it.
I dropped a wine bottle when we were getting ready to record this podcast, and I wasted a whole bottle of wine.
Man, it had not even been opened.
I know. I cannot believe that I did. I think that's the first time I've ever dropped.
Yeah.
Now, I might have dropped a wine glass or two. Not as many as you.
Haven't we all?
Well, you've dropped a lot more than me and broken.
I know.
Well, anyway.
I know.
But an actual wine bottle, I don't think you've ever done that.
Nope.
That's the first for me, so that
You
was
had
exciting.
one up on me, so there you go.
right before the podcast. So we are drinking white tonight.
Yes, we are.
And we were going to drink white anyway. What is this one? This one is a Chien Blanc, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Chien Blanc. Yeah.
It's supposed to be like a medium sweet. We don't really like sweet that
No, we're not
much,
big
but we're
into sweet.
trying it because our adult of age drinking children, you know, one of them really likes a sweet, so we have some around for them. But anywho, so today, before we get into what we're going to be reviewing, I wanted to share parts of an email that we received from Stephen.
Wow. And it's so cool, right?
Yeah, it was very, very cool. He says in part, I came to find your podcast in mid-October. I was looking for a podcast review of Mistletoe Murder Season 1. I don't have Hallmark Plus, so I didn't watch last year, but I wanted to watch the Season 1 rebroadcast to get caught up prior to the Season 2 premiere, as their first season seemed to be well received. A Google search led me to your show. I would watch the Season 1 episodes and used your Season 1 podcast reviews to help supplement my understanding. Your podcasts are an easy, fun listen with a lot of detail. Kudos. Which is so nice.
How cool is that, right?
That was very cool.
We're always asking people that listen to reach out, send us an email.
Yeah.
You know, let us know what you think, or even let us know where we could improve. Maybe.
Right. We're
You know,
open to
'cause we're
constructive
open to-
criticism, not mean stuff,
Yeah,
but we'll
don't
listen.
be mean,
Yeah.
but yeah. And I thought that was really cool that he wrote to us.
Yeah, it was so nice to hear because there is a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. I mean, we love doing the podcast. We're excited to do it, but there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes in addition to watching the shows, right? So we do all that. And then it's just fun to sort of bring all that to the podcast.
Right.
You know, sort of right up my alley, which I love. So thank you for that compliment, Stephen. That was very,
thank you very
nice.
much.
And we really appreciate it. He also had a question about our podcast. And he said, you know, I have only been listening since mid-October and don't have the time to listen to older content. Do you typically review those movies you like and prefer to stay away from the ones you don't because you prefer not to be negative? Hallmark does air lousy content at times, so I can't imagine you like everything on Hallmark Channel. But since I've been listening, all of your reviews have been positive.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no. So Countdown to Christmas, we actually did a drawing. So we each picked one after the other what movie we'd like to watch and review.
Right.
So that was a chance thing. So whether the movie turned out good or whether it was, you know, not so good,
right.
it was chance. So that's what we reviewed. And also, I'm not the type of person, if the movie's not that good, I'm not going to bash the people that are in it.
Right.
I'm going to say, yeah, I didn't like the movie, here's why. But I'm not going to say, man, these people suck, the writers suck, you know, too much green screen, whatever. But yeah, so what about you? What would you say?
I mean, we're always honest about what we think about the films. But like you said, we're not going to be about, you know, bashing anything totally. I mean, there have been a few that we have reviewed, and generally outside of Countdown to Christmas, we started off only reviewing the new movies on Saturday nights.
Right.
And then then we sort of started with the series, the Mistletoe Murders. And, you know, we've watched The Way Home before we had the podcast, but we haven't done any reviews of that yet.
Right.
So, you know, we may throw some other things in there in addition to the Saturday night. But once Countdown to Christmas is done, you know, we watch the Saturday night movie and we will review it and then post that new review, you know, the following week sometime. But we won't ever totally bash it. I mean, I know there's a movie or two that I've given a 2.
Yeah.
And not out of 5, or,
Right.
when we say out of 5, what would you give it? But we, and we try to highlight what we liked, even if if the movie didn't deliver what we thought, or if it really wasn't that great. Cause you're right, Stephen. I mean, not everything's going to be great.
No.
For sure. I mean, and we totally agree with that. I mean, at first when we started, we probably did we were really positive, but we really liked everything. We did really like everything that we watched. And then we kind of were like, we need to really save our 5s for the special, it has to really,
check all the boxes.
Yeah. So, we're learning as we go, but we're always honest. We're just not going to bash. We'll be constructively critical,
right?
Like that could have been shot differently, or, it just didn't,
right.
It didn't do it for me. Something was off. I mean, I know we've talked about that. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we're going to be.
There you have it.
But Stephen, thank you very much for reaching
it.
out. I did shoot you an email back. So if you're listening, hopefully you got it.
Yeah.
Or we did. Yeah. So, but we really appreciate you listening, and we appreciate you reaching out.
And see, we read it on the podcast.
And we read it on the podcast. There you go.
We mean what we say.
Yeah. All right, let's get to it. Mm-hmm. Today, we're going to be reviewing 12 Dates Till Christmas. It originally aired in sets of 2 episodes on Fridays, beginning on December 5th, 2025. Mm-hmm. You can find it streaming right now on Hallmark Plus. Now, this review is going to be a little different than our normal reviews. We did watch, there are 6 episodes.
Yeah.
We did watch all 6 episodes as they aired, but we chose not to review them individually. And we thought we would just hop on and talk a little bit about the series as a whole.
Right.
And, instead of episode by episode. So this one will be probably a little bit shorter than our normal podcast, and a different type of review, if you will.
It will be. So we would love it if you would click that follow button on your favorite podcast platform so you don't miss an episode. If you listen on Apple or Spotify, you can also leave us a review, and hopefully it's a positive one.
Hopefully,
like
fingers
Steven.
Crossed.
There you go. You can also find us on YouTube and all social media.
And as we mentioned, we would love it if you would send us an email to pourthewineitsrom.bsky.social. Let us know your thoughts about the movies, the Countdown to Christmas movies. They are all complete now as we record this.
Yes.
Although we have one more to review, right?
Yes.
That we drew. So we have one more review coming, and then we'll probably sprinkle some of the others in, because we did see others that we did not formally review that we really enjoyed. That we did not draw. So we'll get to those down the road.
We will.
But shoot us an email. Let us know your thoughts about that, or anything Hallmark related. We would love to hear from you, and we might read it on the podcast.
That's right. We actually will read it on the podcast.
We will.
Yeah. So we're probably going to drop some spoilers. Not too many, I don't think, on this one.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen the series yet, there's 6 episodes. Go watch it. Come back, listen to the podcast, and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, sounds good.
So let's find out who is starring in this one.
12 Dates Till Christmas. Mae Whitman plays Kate Tucker.
Mae Whitman.
In scrolling through her nearly 200 acting credits, I did find a Hallmark Hall of Fame movie that she was in 1999. It's called 99. A Season of Miracles. Now, if she was in other Hallmark works, I didn't see it, but there are a lot of acting credits she has, so it's possible that I missed it. But she, of course, started out in the mid to late 90s, which we know her from in films like When a Man Loves a Woman, Bye Bye Love, Independence Day, One Fine Day with George Clooney. He's still my heart.
Your man.
She also played Lauren Graham's daughter in the TV series Parenthood. Mm-hmm. And we last saw her in the TV series Good Girls, which we really enjoyed. Yeah, and Parenthood is an excellent series also.
Yes.
Julian Morris plays Callum, one of Kate's best friends, right? One of her childhood friends. His Hallmark work includes The Presence of Love and A Royal Queen's Christmas. Yeah. Some of the other cast members include Toby Sandeman. He plays Richard. He's one of Kate's dates. Right. Nathaniel Parker plays Mac. That's Kate's dad. Lucy Eaton plays Laura. She is the third in the trio of Kate, Callum, and Laura. She's the other best friend. Jane Seymour plays Evelyn, the great Jane Seymour, right? Eimer Morrissey plays Drew. She is the host of the 12 Dates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the great Mary McDonnell plays Delilah, Kate's mom.
Yeah. Kate's mom.
Kate's mom.
And we've seen her in a couple of things too.
What, Mary McDonnell?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She was in The Closer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that series.
So the 12 Dates before till Christmas, there were 2 different directors on this series, and each one's directorial debut for Hallmark.
For Hallmark? Huh?
Yes. And Jenny Bayliss is a co-writer, and she co-wrote on each of the episodes. So Emer Conroy directed episodes 1, 2, and 6, and Megan K. Fox directed episodes 3, 4, and 5.
Cool.
Pretty cool, right?
Right.
Erin Rotman wrote episodes 1 and 6. She is also the creator of the series and showrunner. She is the one who approached Jenny Bayliss about bringing her book to the small screen. And
right,
good
and
for
her book is called The 12 Dates of Christmas. Christmas.
Right. Isn't it cool how they changed the name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Her other Hallmark work includes Christmas Class Reunion, the 2 Christmas House movies, Nantucket Noel, and Advice to Love By. There you go. Deva, or Deva, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I apologize. Avina wrote episodes 2 and 5. She has several writing credits, but this is her writing debut for Hallmark. A lot of firsts, right?
Yeah.
Zach Hugg wrote episode 3. He has written several Hallmark movies, including The More the Merrier, The 5-Year Christmas Party, Ghost of Christmas Always, which we loved, and the Sister Swap movies.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
So they co-wrote it with the author,
right?
Jenny Bayliss, right? Because she's credited, right?
Yep. And Lynn Sternberger wrote episode 4. She also wrote Love Classified for Hallmark. There you go.
Love Classified. Okay.
Yeah.
Love Classified. Right.
Love Classified.
Classified.
So there you go. Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
A lot of first. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. So, shall we dive into this thing?
You want me to drop the synopsis of the series first?
You know what? I forgot.
Would you like for me?
You dropped the bottle of wine?
I dropped the bottle of wine. Now I'm going to drop the synopsis. That was funny. I see how you put that in there.
Right.
The series follows Kate, a textile pattern designer living in Blexford, England, who lives next door to her father, Mac. Kate spends much of her time caring for Mac, who is recovering from a motorcycle accident and rarely leaves his recliner.
Yes.
No. There you go.
Yeah. So, what did you think?
Well, I think, we decided to do this podcast because we really thoroughly enjoyed this series.
Yes, we did.
I think it is a breath of fresh air for Hallmark to do.
Yeah.
It's different in the, there's, rom and the com in there for sure. I mean, they're sticking to that, but Hallmark's really branching out with series like this. And I just thought, I didn't read the book. I believe the series veers, if you have read the book, I believe it veers from the book a little bit, but I read where Jenny Bayliss said she was fine with it. It was almost like if she wrote the book now, that's how she would write it.
Right,
that's what she's kind of quoted as saying, which I think is cool. And of course she was thrilled with the casting. And I think Mae Whitman is absolutely divine in this.
Yes,
she is so good in this.
And
She's sort of she's taking care of her father. Right, because he's had this accident. Well, she's sort of probably taken the role of taking care of him anyway because her mother left when she was young. And so her father moves her to England, right, when she's like a teenager.
Yeah. Who's played by Nathaniel Parker.
Yeah. So Mac, they move to England, and that's where she meets her 2 best friends. And, he's had this accident, and she takes care of him, and she doesn't really date that much. She doesn't get out that much. And her friends really want her to get out. And she's sort of this, cynical but funny. Her lines are very witty, and the way she delivers them.
Yes.
She delivers the comedy, but she reels it in when she's supposed to be softer with some of these dates. It's just, I thought she is so, the whole cast is really great, but she is so good in the role as Kate.
Yeah, her friend Laura too. She's kind of funny.
Yes, she's really,
because she's kind of living vicariously through.
Yes.
So and she's like, you got to do this because I've been with the same man, all my life, and I need you to do this for me. So it's got a lot of good things in this series.
Yeah, and go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say Hallmark is really hitting the mark on their series.
I think so too.
Yeah. So
yeah, we talked Mistletoe Murders, like
Mistletoe Murders, A Way Home,
a little bit different. The Way Home, right? They're really
When Calls the Heart,
right? Which we have not watched.
No,
but we're going to be watching it, and
yes,
we're going to watch the very first episode before the new season starts.
Season 1,
Sunday, right? January 5th, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we are.
Season 13, maybe.
Something like
but we're going to watch season 1,
seasons.
episode 1, because we've never watched it.
Right.
And we might do a review. So look for that coming soon. But back to 12 Dates Till Christmas. Every episode, I think the first episode shows 3 dates, right?
Yeah.
So the dates are sprinkled throughout each episode. So you have Kate going on these dates, but at the same time, her friendships are not evolving, but changing a little bit. Right. Her relationship with her dad is not for the worse, but just things are sort of changing and shifting in her life, in her private life, along with her dating life. So, and she kind of, I love her character because she, they don't force her to go on these dates, but they do sign her up for it, and then she does go with it. She's like, okay, whatever, I'll go. And I just, it's just a fun ride through all of the dates, and to see, and what a great idea too, by the way. I think that's kind of a cool idea.
I know it. I like the fact that some of the dates are, just with the person that you're dating, and then other dates are with groups of other people that are doing the same thing, which is, it's actually an app that this lady created. What's her name? Drew. And she puts together all these dates for all of these people. And I just find it really, really interesting because Kate does kind of take it in stride, right?
Yeah.
Because I just feel like I don't think this is something that I would do. But only because I would feel funny. And if I ever got stood up on a date, that would, kind of break
hurt
my
your feelings.
Heart. But she takes it all in stride. And
she really does. She really does. And they kind of have an intervention with her, right? Her friends and her dad have an intervention where they're like, you have to get out, give me your phone. I want to see your calendar. There's nothing on it, and it's so good. And she's kind of like, okay.
and that's the other part of the story is her dad is kind of going through the same thing because after he retired, he got into that motorcycle accident.
Right.
So he's kind of been bumming around, not motivated to do anything.
Right.
So the intervention was kind of really, if you look at it or think about it, for both of them. Because he ends up telling her, okay, I'll get up and start moving if you do this dating thing.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. That does kind of motivate him as well. And then, you have Jane Seymour who plays the widower. And then you have Mary McDonnell who comes in and, she's sort of this free spirit who travels everywhere. But then she comes in and it's also a story about a mother and daughter and their relationship and how the daughters, which is Mae Whitman as Kate, how Kate views relationships because, not of her mother, but because what she saw how her mother was and how her father was. And it's just, there are so many, if we did review each episode, there are so many intricate details really that we could go into about family, about mother-daughter relationships, about a child being a caretaker of a parent and letting their life kind of not slip away, but put their own life on the back burner because they're taking care of, or they think they need to take care of the parent. They just do it, right? Even if the parent doesn't necessarily ask for it or want it, right? So You know, and there's a scene where Mae's kind of like, I can't find Dad. Like, where is he? And, you know, he's like this grown man, you know? It's
Right.
just like...
It's like her child. She's looking for her child,
yeah.
but it's her dad. Yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, both of their relationships with other people change and evolve throughout the series, like real life. And it's just, it's so well done.
Yeah.
So well done. The music is great. In all of the episodes, and we talk about that a lot on the podcast.
And the costumes, the outfits.
Yeah.
Especially with Drew, the matchmaker. She has some crazy outfits.
She's so good too. The actor who plays her is so good also. I mean, the casting was so well done.
So good.
So well done.
The other thing that I liked about it too is the fact that after each date, she kind of goes back to her friends and kind of does this little date dump.
Date dump.
and
does she call it that, or did you just call it that?
No, I just call it that.
Okay, yeah,
and I just
right.
thought
like
it was funny because some of them call him, he's so funny with her because, you know, they had something when they were little, right? So
or teens, not like little,
teens. Yeah, I said little teens when she first moved. Her dad moved her there, and he just jokes with her about it. And, and her banter with him is kind of like, oh yeah, well, whatever. You know, it's kind of funny. Again, taking it in stride with her friends. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, you know, when they go on the dates, the way they set up each one, like you see date one might be on the building. It's not literally on the building, but it's for the viewer to see, right? Like date one, date two, and it's in different spots. And it's just, it's really, I think, and I love seeing, you know, England at Christmas time.
Yes.
You know, I mean, and some of the dates are really cool and some of them are funny and some, you know, and so it's a really, really great watch.
Right.
You know, it's got your wit, your humor. It's got a lot of heart, right?
Yeah.
It's got the dates.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
So,
you know, the other funny thing is, like, you go on one date and the next day you go on another date as a group, but the person you dated the first time is with someone else. It was
with someone else.
And it's kind of funny. Like, you know, they're all talking to each other and it's like, ooh, you know, did you not like me on my date? And that's what would be running through my head. Like, I wonder what she thinks about my date.
Well, I guess you can still communicate after, you know, if you really make a connection.
Right.
Which you kind of see, you know, she does make a couple of connections, and it's just, it's a fun watch. You know, I know we're after Christmas right now, but it will be a great filler for that time in between
I agree.
Christmas and New Year's, where nobody knows what time it is, what day it is, what's going on with your life. If you haven't seen it, watch it. We just watched a couple of episodes again. We're rewatching it, and it is just so good. It's so good.
And you will catch things that you didn't see
that you didn't catch the first time. Yeah, and I really hope. I wonder if there's going to be a season 2, because, you know, on IMDb it says, you know, 2025 dash. You know, it doesn't say like limited series, but I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. But a season 2 would be great. I don't know where they would go with it.
Right.
But I just, Mae Whitman is so good in it.
She is.
Oh gosh, she's great. Watch it just for her if you watch it for nothing else.
I know, right? So,
yes.
Out of 5 ornaments, what would you put on the tree?
This will not be shocking. 5. Not shocking.
You're going to say 5.
I would give this series a solid 5.
Me too. I would too, because it really did check all the boxes. You had love, you had comedy, you had friendship. I mean, you just had it all. And and I love the fact that it was shot. You know, it wasn't in America. Yeah. You know, in one of the big cities.
You know what? I didn't look that up. I'm sure it was probably shot.
But even still, I liked the fact that it was, you know, set in London.
I don't know that for sure.
No, I don't know if it was shot in London, but the premise of it was, all right, we're going to take this to London.
Yeah.
And she's got all these British
I see
friends.
what you're saying. Like the
Yeah.
Well, and I'm sure that's probably the book.
Yeah. So.
It says. I just looked it up. It does say it was shot in London.
There you go.
In London, England. There you
go. And she even rode the Waterloo, right, or the subway.
Yeah.
Which was another funny scene, which was in the first episode.
The opening scene. Yeah, when she's on the...
where she's talking and yeah.
Yeah.
So I would hang 5 too.
You would hang 5 too?
Yes,
I
I
didn't
would.
even ask you. That was rude. Okay.
I know, but...
How many would you hang? 5? Okay.
5. We're done. Man. So is that a wrap?
That is a wrap.
Okay. Thanks for listening, guys, and also watching.
Watching.
It's a new
You're
word.
doing it too. Follow us wherever you get your podcasts and on social media so you don't miss a thing. Till next time. Cheers.
Cheers.